Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of DID Babies. I am Rune from the Caster system.
I'm Naomi from the Dragon system.
This video we are going to be talking about integration, and what integration is, and why alters would choose or be forced to integrate.
Integration is something that happens within a system when two alters merge and become one alter. Or sometimes it can be more than two, but it's when more than two alters just merge together and become one alter. Sometimes they can change genders, sometimes they can change appearance, sometimes they change names, other times they just all merge together and just stay as one of them looked like and sounded and their name and just everything about them, they just all merge together.
Yeah, and it is not at all like dormancy. It is not at all like one alter just disappearing into another alter. It is like mixing different colors. You cannot mix red and blue and still have either red or blue. You're gonna mix red and blue and you're gonna get purple. You're gonna get a brand new color. So when alters integrate, a lot of the times that new alter will be just a brand new alter.
Sometimes integrations can happen when alters are just too close to each other and the brain goes, oh, well, these alters are basically the same, let's just integrate them together. This has happened in our system between two of our boys. There was one of our boys named Kason and one of our boys named Eric, and they integrated and just became Eric because they were so close that it just became one person.
I personally have never integrated, but I have had a moment where my older brother decided that he wanted to tell me that I should integrate, and I had to explain to him that it wouldn't just be me without my alters, it would be me plus my alters, and there are 5 of us, so that would be a lot of different colors merging together, and he wouldn't have me anymore. I would be a completely different person.
Our host actually ended up, we don't have the original person that we had when, through most of our life, because our host integrated with an alter a few years back, and so she's who she is today, yes, but she's not exactly the same person and not exactly, the full original, because she was integrated. She integrated with someone. It wasn't really her choice, it was the system who was like, oh, we should do this because she was going through a really bad time, and we ended up integrating her with one of the stronger alters that we had, which helped her become stronger as a person.
Yeah.
It was good in the end, but it was still a thing that we should have had a conversation with her about, even though she was still in denial. And the communication barriers were still up, so we kind of just forced it upon her.
What? Fuck off, Knight.
I'm trying not to do that.
Both of us have Tourette's, and so it's kind of funny seeing us around each other because we set each other off.
Yeah, that's a lot of the time why I don't front around here, because we sit there and just set each other off. But integration can definitely be a chosen thing just because it's just better for the system. We've had quite a few integrations lately. We had a suicidal alter who integrated with a sexual alter, and it took a little while for the integration to actually happen. But once it was done, it was kind of like a mix of the two. They kept one of their same names, but the person is very different from the two people that we knew before. It was our alter Ray and our alter Shay. They had 2 very close names. That was the only thing close about them. And they ended up keeping the name Shay, but they are very different now, even in their appearance.
So that's what happened to Shay.
Yeah, Shay went off the grid for a little bit because she was integrating. And they're not, Shay is no longer, like, the Shay that we have now is no longer as sexual as she used to be. She's a lot more calm, a lot more stable. She's still very sexual, but she's not as, like, in your face as she used to be. She's a lot more down to earth. They now have shorter red hair and, like, different, their body just looks different.
So yeah, integrations can also be very stressful on the body. Different things, different splits and integrations can both cause a lot of stress and a lot of tiredness in the body because of how much is going on within the brain. So it can tucker everybody out.
I know, when we go through integrations, especially if there's more than one, it puts the body through extreme exhaustion for the entire time that happens. Even if we get a lot of sleep, the body will still be very tired.
Yeah. Alright, do you have anything else to add?
Integration is not the final step for systems. You do not have to integrate everyone together to be finished with your treatment. Integration is not something that has to happen. It is and should be a communicated thing and a thing that both alters or all alters want before it happens.
What? Alright, you do not have to integrate. If you have DID, if you have OSDD, if you have alters, you do not have to integrate, but you can if you want to. It is a completely optional thing. It is not something that you need to do, though some people will try to force it on you. Don't do it if you aren't comfortable with doing it.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot of therapists, their final goal for systems is to have the entire system integrate into one person, and that's their, end of treatment thing, where, no, it's not. It's really not.
I mean, if that's something that you want to do, if that's something that everyone in your system wants to do, then sure, go for it. That can be great. But if it's not something that you want to do, you do not have to do it, and do not let anyone make you feel like you are being forced to do it. No, don't let anyone make you feel like you have to do it, because you don't.
Huh.
Right.
Well, that's been integration.
We've been the DID babies. We are the caster system.
And we're the dragon system.